Greetings everyone, my name is Balázs and today I'm gonna show you how I prepared a delicious Saturday lunch for the whole family. As the name suggests, Pad Thai is part of Thailand's cuisine. People typically serve it as a street food because it is not very hard to make, doesn't require a lot of ingredients and can be done rather quickly. But for now, let's get back to the kitchen and start preparing the ingredients. The first thing I did was that I prepared a so-called marinade sauce, for which I needed 2 teaspoons of cane sugar, 80 milliliters of water, 2 teaspoons of fish sauce, and 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. After a bit of stirring, I realized I should have used warm water so that the sugar could have more easily be dissolved, but eventually it worked out just fine. Since I'm making chicken pad thai, I grabbed 600 grams of chicken breast and sliced them up into roughly equal pieces. Now at this point, I could have dumped all the meat into the marinade sauce, but I did not want it to soak it all up, because we will need a bit of it remaining for the noodles. So next, I peeled and sliced the onion and the garlic before I peeled and grated the ginger. Now it was time to dump all of the meat into the marinade sauce. What I unfortunately forgot to record is that I put the rice noodles in warm water for about 10 minutes so it would soften. Now let's jump to the stove, where I started to warm up water for cooking the noodles on the left. When the water started to boil, I poured the warm water over the rice noodles and cooked them for about 5 minutes. Afterwards, on the right, I poured a bit of vegetable oil into the wok and started to toast the sliced up onion. At this point, it made a really nice sound and it had a really nice aroma to it. A couple of minutes of continuous stirring later, I added the garlic and the grated ginger. Right after mixing them together, I added the meat to it without the sauce. Let's ignore the spaghetti on the left for now. It was, let's just say, for emergency purposes in case the pad thai went horribly wrong. After cooking the meat for around 10 minutes, all of the water evaporated from it. At this point, I added the noodles and the remaining sauce and mixed it thoroughly with the meat. Then I tilted the wok so that I could add the eggs on the other side and fry them. When the eggs turned solid, I mixed the whole thing together and waited a bit for everything to warm up nicely. I wanted the vegetables to feel crunchy and fresh, so I added the fresh lettuce as well as the bean sprouts only at the really end of the cooking process. At this point I realized that I did not have any roasted peanuts, only regular ones, so I quickly crushed some and roasted them in a small pot. When it was nice and roasted, I added it to the wok and mixed everything again. With this step done, the pad thai was finally ready to serve. I have to say, after tasting it, I was really surprised how nicely it turned out, even though it was my first time making it. After all, this whole project was great fun and I gained a bunch of experience doing it. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Now, bon appetit and thanks a lot for watching.